Welcome to the Lose Your Big Ass Stomach podcast. I'm your host, Jay Jackson, and my mission here is to help you get rid of that big ass stomach and take back control of your health so that you can look and feel your best by being the best version of yourself, mentally and physically, while destroying the mediocre agenda society is trying to brainwash you into, and breaking our families' generational curses of being unhealthy by being a healthy and fit role model. It's time to set a new standard. It's time to set a new standard of living. If you find the podcast helpful, be sure to hit that follow button because that helps us build a movement. Let's go. I don't know about y'all, but I've noticed when I started, my fitness journey and even started growing my fitness business, I noticed that everybody wasn't as excited as I was about my journey of getting fit, lean, and cut up, or building my fitness business. There's one time in my life where I remember I was doing this network marketing company, and I started to gain some traction in the company, and I ended up getting to the point where I got me like a BMW. That was one of the levels. You hit a certain level in the company, you get you a BMW. And I thought that, my dogs, the people who I was really close to, was gonna be all excited. They was gonna jump on board with me, and we was gonna take that thing to the moon. No, that's not what happened. I was in for a rude awakening. I noticed that a lot of people, they was feeling uncomfortable. They was like, why you doing that though? Like, what is that? They had all these questions outside of wanting to join the movement and just being excited and inspired and motivated and wanting to just go out there and conquer it with me. And this is kind of like how I see a lot of y'all when y'all are wanting to lose weight, you want to lose that big old ass stomach, you wanting to get healthy, get fit, and you start your journey, but people that you love and care about, your friends, maybe your boo thing, your partner, your wife or husband, they not as supportive as you might have liked for them to be, And I know that could be a very disappointing feeling because, these are people that you care about their opinions, right? We care about their opinions. It's easy to say, I don't care about what nobody think. That's easy to say that, but we human, man. We care. Yeah, we care. And so it's like, everybody just not going to be excited. Because one reason is we're actually putting up a mirror in front of them. Because as we start to succeed, these are things that some of them wanted to accomplish as well. Maybe they even tried to do it, but they failed at it. And so they're like, now they starting to be successful and in losing this weight or building that business, but I wasn't successful. That creates a little bit of discomfort. Imagine seeing your friend, your childhood friend, somebody that you grew up with, and they just start making millions. It's not to say that you're not going to be happy for them, but it creates a little bit of discomfort. You're like, man, I was right there with him at one point. You want the best for them. And so just be aware that even your friends, your family members, they want well for you too, some of them. Some of them might be envying you. Some of them might be secretly hating on your ass. That's just a part of life. That's human nature. But you just got to realize there's going to be people who are uncomfortable about your growth. And these are things that I've learned firsthand. And I had to, wrap my mind around it because it just didn't make sense to me. I'm like, how can somebody I've been knowing for years be uncomfortable about my growth? How can somebody who I've been knowing for years, they start to see my growth and my success, and they not want to communicate and talk to me like we used to talk, like we used to hang out? And so that tends to happen. People are gonna have these moments where you put up that mirror to them, and they made their decisions and you making yours. But at the end of the day, you got to be aware that what you want doesn't necessarily mean that they're gonna want the same thing. What you have a vision with, because my vision of wanting to look a certain way, like this is a part of me, this is part of my identity. I gotta have abs. I gotta look good in my clothes. I gotta be that guy when I pull my shirt off. I want that. You know what I'm saying? That's like, if I don't have that, I'm gonna go hard as hell to have it because that's the part of who I am. But everybody not gonna see it the way I see it, and that's okay. It don't mean they're good. Don't mean they're a bad person. It don't mean they're a good person. That's just where they stand at. But that shouldn't deter us from staying on our path. And our path is what I also call our purpose. It's a reason why we want these things. It's a reason why we have like a deep feeling for having these things, y'all. God don't just put certain things, certain thoughts, and certain feelings into our bodies for no reason. It's a reason some people have this crazy drive to just go hard as hell all the time at whatever they want to accomplish. And then it's other people out here, they don't have that drive. They don't, or maybe they did have it and they tried a couple of times and they lost it. And it's like, that's okay too. That don't mean that you got to be like, oh, well, dang, well, I tried 1 or 2 times like them, I need to give up. No, it ain't got to be like that. I feel like that's a part of building character, guys. This is why I always say, whenever we experience adversity, that's one of God's blessings to us, because when we go through adversity, that builds and shapes our character. If you go through a little bit of hardship and resistance in life and you quit and you go cold turkey on things that improve you, you fucking up. You're doing something wrong, because life is trying to teach you something. Life, you go through these adversities, it's giving you the opportunity to grow and build and become a stronger version of yourself. And so you're doing yourself a disservice if you fall off. You just go into a depression. I know we go through things, y'all. I know we have losses. I know we get sick. Shit happens. But how are you responding to it? Are you just giving up and taking years off? Or are you just giving yourself some grace and taking maybe a couple of days or maybe a week to just recover? You might have a bad breakup. You may lose somebody that you really cared about. It fucks with you. I've been there. I've been through bad breakups. Now I can't even think straight for a couple of days. You know what I'm saying? And so that happens. But at the end of the day, you have to use that adversity to make you stronger. And so that's one of the biggest things, y'all. The other thing is this. When you go on this journey of success, wanting to be healthy, be fit, like you're striving to accomplish something that you don't have right now. Just like making more money, building a business. It's all the same thing. And so we have seasons of growth, y'all. This is what I call seasons of growth and building. And when you have seasons of growth and building, life becomes unbalanced. People talk about this. You hear these people on social media. Oh, you got to have balance. There ain't no goddamn balance. It ain't no balance. All it is priorities. And so it's like, when I think about this, I think about it in a pie chart in my head. I think about it as a way of like, sometimes you have a pie, part of that pie that might say 50%, right? And then the other part of the pie might say 25, right? So in your life, depending on all the other responsibilities that you have to say, okay, well, I'm in the season of wanting to really make my health a priority. And so how is your pie going to look? What percentage of your pie is going to be allocated to helping you get in shape? Guys who ain't making none of their time and none of that pie is like a priority for them to unbig their stomach. That's how they keep that big old ass stomach. Not making it a priority to hit the gym. Not making it a priority to eat properly. This shit is important if you want to lose that stomach. Guys, I talk to like dozens of people on a weekly basis about when they reach out, they want to lose the stomach, but I ask them what are they doing? They say they ain't doing shit. They ain't making it a priority. So what makes you think I'm going to take you seriously if you're not taking yourself seriously? I don't think a lot of people be really thinking about the shit they be saying. Like, guys, you have to make yourself a priority for other people that want to make you a priority, including if you want to have a professional to help you. Because I'm not going to give you 80% and you only giving 20. That just ain't going to happen. You got to want it for yourself too. You see what I'm saying? And then I'm going to make sure I give you the game plan to get to where you need to be at. But at the end of the day, when you're going through this phase of growth, there will be some imbalance, right? And the reason I say that is because you want the people that are close to you in your life, at least. It don't have to be everybody. But you don't want to neglect those people who you love and care about. Because I know there could be a little bit of shame among like parents, like mothers and fathers when they have children, wives and husbands. They start to feel a little shameful when they're starting to make themselves a more priority because they exercise and they eating certain food and their family might still be eating other things, right? And so you don't want to neglect them. What you want to do is you want to respect them, okay? Don't neglect. You want to respect. And what I mean by respecting is you have to communicate. You have these people out here, they'll just say, hey, do what works for you. Make yourself a priority. Yes, you have to make yourself a priority, but you still have people in your life who are a priority to you, right? And so if they are a priority in your life, then you have to communicate with them. And by communicating, that's respect. If people who don't communicate, if you see somebody and you normally you just love and talk to them all the time, and then they just ghost your ass. They just do something completely out of the blue. And you just like, why they do that? You feel offended a little bit. You're like, what the hell? Where that come from? Why do you feel like that? Because you feel a little disrespected because there was no communication. And so if you know you about to be on this journey, you gonna be making more of a priority to hit the gym, 3-4 days a week. You gonna be eating certain types of food and certain meals throughout the week. And then maybe 1 or 2 days out the week, you might eat a certain type of food, certain type of meal. You might eat you some pancakes, pizza, tacos, or whatever, right? But your family is accustomed to you never working out. Your family is accustomed to you having big ass stomach behavior all the time, eating Oreos and all the binge food and whatever, the cereal all the time. So if you switch all that shit up without never talking to them, never communicating, respecting them, they be like, what the hell is all this? This ain't my dad. This ain't the man that I've been knowing. What the happened? You ain't communicate with him. So they feel a little disrespected. They're a little in shock. And so you got to communicate with them. That's going to create that level of respect and understanding. And just be aware, still, even if you communicate with them, that don't mean that they go see the vision that you see for yourself. And that's okay. That's okay, that happens. But you have to understand what's important to you. You have to understand the bigger vision. If you're a dad, if you're a mom, and you got kids that's still in your house, you got a husband, you got a wife, right? If you know deep down, man, if I unbig this big old ass stuff, if I get this 40 pounds off me and I lose this stomach, I'll be a better dad. I'll be a better mom. How will I be a better dad, a better mom? I'll be happier. I'll be more proud of myself. I'll have more energy. Yes, that's going to give more value to your family. They might not see that, but you know it. Deep down, you know it. This is what I love about being human. We have a conscience. Yeah, deep down, we know. And so if you don't do it, and you just be like, I'll get to that next year. Yeah, this is how folks go into depression. This is how folks start to lose confidence. This is how folks start to feel sad and get in the ruts all the time because they know deep down what they should be doing, but they don't do it anyway. This is what you don't want to do. You see what I'm saying? And so it's very important that you respect the people that you love and care about and communicate with them. Don't neglect them, even though you're on this journey to transform your body. And like I said, guys, there's going to be times where people are just going to be uncomfortable, regardless. People will be uncomfortable about your growth. And you just have to be so headstrong. And this is part of building character as well. Because you know that certain people are not going to value what you're trying to do, but you have to have strong enough character to not break and fold on what you know you want to accomplish. This is part of character, guys. Your wife might not see why you need to lose that big ass stomach because she love you already. She like you looking like a teddy bear. But you know deep down when you looking at yourself in the bathroom mirror, you like, oh hell no. Man, I used to be rocked up when I was in high school or college. I used to love the way I look. Now I feel like shit all the time. You see what I'm saying? She don't see that though, but you do. And so you got to be headstrong. You got to build that mental toughness and character to be like, I love you too, baby, but I got to handle this. I got to do this. Like this is part of purpose. Men, you got to be on purpose. You got to live on purpose. Women, you do too. It's folks that be falling into depressions and things like that because they're living another person's life based on how other people perceive the world, not how they perceive the world. There's plenty of people out here who are in careers because of their parents and their friends versus what they really want to do. Now they're in all these careers. Now they're in this career that they hate, they depressed, they sad, they wake up, they dread the day all the time because they're not living on purpose. You want to start living on purpose, doing the things that make you happy. We only live one time, man. You only live one time, so are you going to live your life or are you going to live somebody else's life? Are you gonna live the way somebody else say you should live? Especially if you're a grown ass man or woman, live it the way you want to live it. Make sure you're healthy. Make sure you got the energy. Make sure that you the best you and you proud of you, so that way your family and friends can be proud of you. They ain't gonna always see it. Even when I started doing online coaching, nobody didn't see this happening for me. My mom and dad, what the hell are you doing? At one point, my dad thought I was broke. He thought I was he thought I was selling drugs. I'm like, nah. He's like, all right, I'm gonna keep watching. Son, you sure? Go ahead and get your CDL, man. Go ahead and get your truck license so you can get in the truck. No. It's gonna be all right. I got this. I'm living on purpose. See what I'm saying? And so, with that said, hopefully y'all found this podcast episode helpful. If you did, be sure to subscribe to the channel. And if you found the podcast helpful, be sure to hit your boy with a 5-star review, baby, because this is how we grow the movement. All right, we out of here. Let's go.